Minecraft. It's time for more exploration and tactics. SPACEBARR'D, the series where I am getting achievements and cannot press the spacebar to jump or to swim. Tough are the diamonds, rich like cream. That's a good description for starting off this episode, so let's get started. Welcome back. And in the previous episode, at the end, I was lamenting the fact that I have 34 levels, as you can see, but didn't have any diamonds to make some more diamond gear to enchant. And so, between the previous episode and this one, I did a little branch mining. I found a single vein of diamonds, but it had 10 diamond ore in it. And I just happened to have my silk touch pick on at the time, but now I've gone and gotten the fortune pick out, and so I thought that we would do this together because it's always fun to break up a bunch of diamond ore with a fortune pick and see what happens. I just want to double check. I've got fortune 3. Okay. Woohoo! Have you placed your guess for how many diamonds there's going to be? The answer is 22! 22 diamonds. That is pretty awesome. And wow, and we got some more levels out of that. We just leveled up to level 35 as well. So now you'll recall that when I had an iron sword and I put it in the crafting or in the enchanting table or whatever you call this thing, it said looting 3, and so I imagine a diamond sword will do the same thing. I should have a crafting table up here. Let's go ahead and make one right now. Just like so. And so I imagine if I have a diamond sword, I'm also going to get looting 3 as the enchantment. I have a vague sense that different... I'm not exactly sure how the random enchantment kind of thingy works, but it seems to be that different tools still usually come up with the same thing. Ooh, unbreaking 3 and not looting 3. So, how do I do this now? Because I definitely want to get looting 3, but if I do it on the diamond sword, maybe I won't get it, and then I'll lose the opportunity to get it on the iron sword. And so now I'm not sure what to do. Let me think about this for a moment. I absolutely 100% want to ensure that I get looting 3 on some sword, and so even though it's only iron, I'm going to go ahead and get the guaranteed looting 3, because otherwise it might be a while before we see that enchantment come up again. Unbreaking 3, looting 3, so that's good. So this sword will last a long time, and I can always go and repair it if I need to. And then in the meantime, yeah, I've already got a Smite 4 diamond sword, so... unfortunate that I used diamonds for that right now. Let's see, are there any other diamond things? I could use a chest plate. And so, now that I have the extra diamonds, let's make a diamond chest plate. You recall that I can't wear helmets in this series, it's just my own personal restriction, and the only pants that I can wear are those that I get from other mobs, like from zombies and skeletons that drop their own pants. Thorns 2 is not all that great. I'd really like to get protection on this as well. And so, since I've got 32 levels, I'll probably go ahead and spend some on a book. Aha! After doing a couple other enchantments, I got protection 1 and unbreaking 1 on a book and an iron chest plate. Now here's protection 4, and I just still have 30 levels left. And so let's go ahead and get protection 4, unbreaking 3, awesome, on a diamond chest plate. And now I will be extremely well armored, and I've got some extra little bits of armor for when I want some throwaway stuff. For example, the first time I go to the end to fight the Ender Dragon, and I'm afraid I'll get knocked off into the void. Okay, so that's awesome. So, next up, we need to go back to the Nether, and I would like to be relatively safe when we do so. And so here's a crafting recipe that one doesn't use all that often. Blaze powder plus a slime ball becomes magma cream. And I just brewed up some awkward potions, and so we can use the magma cream in order to make some fire resistance potions. And I will use redstone to lengthen those potions to be 8-minute potions instead of 3-minute potions. In general, whenever I have access to potions and brewing, and I'm going into the Nether, I always like to bring fire resistance potions along with me, just to make sure that you don't screw everything up and lose all of your stuff in the lava in the Nether. And so we're going to do that. I'm going to go back to where we know there's blazes and kill some more blazes, because I need more blaze rods so that I can get enough blaze powder to combine with the ender pearls to make the ender eyes that will allow us to unlock the portal to the end and the stronghold way over there. And so that's going to be next up. Walking back over to the Nether fortress, and it had been relatively quiet until just a moment ago when a ghast over here started shooting at me. And so, let's shoot back. Yes! Nice. And the first time I was just trying to reflect the fireball. And let's go ahead and put these fires out. Just like so. Alright. But I'm pretty happy with how my aim turned out there. And it is still quite a hike to get to the Nether Fortress. But I don't know that we're going to find any better ways. I could try carving a little bit of a straighter path, but for the most part, I was just trying to figure out the path that I walk over here, and it mostly goes in the correct direction the whole time. And so even if I did carve a straighter path, it wouldn't save me all of that much time. And it doesn't actually take too long to get over here. But let's head on down and see if I can remember where the blazes are. Alright, well this isn't the blaze spawner, but there is a blaze over here. I don't know that he can see me right now. So we'll go ahead and, whoops, take him out like that. Apparently there's another blaze somewhere. I think I have heard a bunch of people say that blazes can now shoot at you even if they can't see you, even if they don't have line of sight. And so he could be like behind a wall over here or something and he would still be shooting at me, which is kind of crazy, but whatever. I don't remember exactly where it is that I need to go in order to find the blaze spawner. And so I'm just kind of wandering around, and perhaps we'll end up finding enough blazes while I'm wandering that it won't matter. Here's the blaze spawner. It's actually pretty easy to get to. Alright, and I heard one ghast earlier, but I don't see him right now. And let's see, if I want enough blaze powder to be able to make all of my ender eyes and then have a few left over for any other strength potions or things that we might need, I guess I'll get like at least 5 more blaze rods. Sounds good. And I'm not going to bother using my looting sword for this because it should be relatively easy to get the blaze rods right here, and especially with fire resistance potions I don't think I'll be under too much duress, and so I will just camp here for a bit. So that ended up being super easy. I only had to kill a few blazes, and I've already got 7 blaze rods. One thing that hadn't really occurred to me is that this nether portal might not take me back to where it used to take me back to. Previously, it took me to the edge of the world border, but now the world border has moved out. Yeah, the amount of time that it's downloading terrain, I think we are generating new terrain. And so I think this is going to take me out to a new portion of the world, and on top of that, I think it's going to be the middle of the night. Indeed, it is. And I seem to be falling through the world, and so let's hope that... Oh, wow, this happens. Right. I'm in the middle of the ocean. Well, I guess not quite the middle... The jungle! There's a jungle out there! Disorder and confusion everywhere. Oh man, that's fantastic. That's kind of lucky, actually. I've been looking for a jungle for a while. I'd really like to have some of the jungle wood, I think, to finish building my house. Do I want to get that while I'm here? What time of day is it right now? I'd have to jump into the ocean. This is kind of a problem for a non-jumping, non-swimming character. It's the middle of the night. I could always build, like, from here, just, like, straight out to some of these jungle trees, though, that are nice and tall. That would actually probably be reasonably safe. I think I'm going to do that. I've got enough slabs and things. As the sun is rising, it only just... This was probably on the screen before and I didn't notice it. There's a mega taiga over there as well. And so there's a couple of new biomes over here, which are great, where I can get some blocks that I normally wouldn't have access to yet because we hadn't found those biomes. I see some skellies over here. Actually, was that a skelly or a creeper, or what is that over there? Can't see who that is. Behind the vines, it looked like some crazy shrouded figure who was out to get me. Maybe it was this guy. Oh no, it's the skeleton in the chain armor, who I would love to have that chain armor, actually. And so I'm going to try to go over there. Actually, do you want to bring it to me? Hey skeleton, I guess you're wearing a helmet. So I'm going to have to kill you just like that. I can't tell from here. I see a arrow over there. Can't tell if he dropped. There's a little baby zombie over here who does not know how to pathfind. We will put him out of his misery. His non-pathfinding misery. And I want to go over there and just see if that skeleton happened to drop any of the chainmail. And at this point, with 2 pieces of protection 4 diamond armor, even if a creeper did surprise me or something, I would probably be okay Looks like he didn't drop any of the chainmail. Bummer. Okay, so what do I want to do? Chopping down jungle trees. I could wait until... Yeah, this is going to be a giant pain in the neck. I could wait until vines grow kind of all the way up the side of one of the tall jungle trees in order to be able to climb it. I don't think you can switch from like vines to ladders and back and forth. I could also just ladder up on my own. Maybe that's the smartest thing to do, chop down one of these big ones. That's the most likely way to get a bunch of jungle saplings, because jungle saplings are somewhat rare in terms of saplings. So yeah, let's use some ladders since I've got them. Yeah, I can switch from ladders to vines and then climb up the vines. But then I think if I put a ladder here, yeah, I can't go from the vines to the ladders. And so basically I need ladders everywhere. Or vines everywhere. I was trying to look around briefly and see if I could see melons anywhere. I cannot. Given how difficult the jungle will be to traverse, I think I'm going to go this way towards the mega taiga so that we can explore a tiny bit over there as well. And yeah, hopefully try not to get too lost and run into too many terrain traversal issues, because I'm sure this is going to be a challenge. Here's an easily accessible cocoa bean, so we'll get some of that. And just like that, I'm in the mega taiga. I do not recall... Can you get Podzol just with a normal shovel? No, it looks like I just got some more dirt. And so I guess you need Silk Touch. I do have my Silk Touch pick on me. Do I need any Podzol for anything or want it for anything? I don't know that I necessarily do. I think you can grow mushrooms on it, regardless of light level. And so it could be useful for that. And so I'm going to grab a few blocks of Podzol. Are there any other things in the Mega Taiga that are kind of like specific to this area? I already have access to spruce trees. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in the Mega Taiga that I need. So I'm going to continue to skirt along the outside of the jungle and see if we can find some melons. Aha! I found some melons over here. Great. Alright. And I think actually is the axe now the correct tool? I made myself another axe because I figured I'd be chopping down a bunch of things. And, oh, my inventory overfloweth with crap. That'll work. Alright, we've got some melons. We can grow our own melons at this point. Is there anything else that I need from over here? I don't really think so. I'm going to make sure that I get enough jungle saplings. Having 4 is always super useful. But then we will head back home, which I guess involves going back through the Nether the same way I came, since my Nether portal is no longer a shortcut. And walking back through the Nether, I've made it back to my home Nether portal. I suppose it's a bit like when you... Ooh, hello. When you go to the grocery store hungry, and you have one thing on your list and you end up picking a whole lot more while you're there. It's kind of like a good analogy for what just happened, because I went to the Nether with the intention of getting some blaze rods, and that was pretty much it. And instead, I ended up coming back with not only blaze rods, but also Podzol and cocoa beans and jungle saplings and watermelon. So that is awesome. I'm going to set up a little bit of the watermelon and jungle tree farm over here next. Watermelon grow very quickly. I just planted this moments ago, and I've already got a watermelon. That is great. And I just planted these cocoa beans, and they've already grown as well. Awesome. A number of people expressed interest in the lighting glitch that we encountered in the previous episode, and it's a persistent lighting glitch, and I think I still remember where it is, and we want to do some science on it, and so I'm going to head over there, and we'll talk about that. I'm surprised to discover that there's still a lot of mobs in this area. I thought I'd left it reasonably well lit. That doesn't seem to be quite the case. I also am not entirely certain that I'm going to be able to find this lighting glitch again, but I have high hopes. In fact, I think it might be right over here. So I'll keep you with me here for a moment. I'm going to get this iron on the way back. There's a lot of resources that I left in this cave, so it was important to come back to this cave kind of regardless. But I think it might be right over here. No, it's not. Alright, I'll bring you guys back once I find it. So I found some slimes, and there's some other science I want to do. I think in the Nether, we tried to test this, and it looked like the little magma cubes could not hurt me, but then someone suggested it depended on kind of the jump height. Whereas in the real world, I'm pretty sure the smallest slimes can never hurt you. They don't do any attack damage or don't do enough attack damage to hurt you. Maybe if you give them a strength potion, maybe they could actually do it. But next time we are back in the Nether, I see. The reason that there's so many mobs is because they're coming from upstairs down that water stream. Okay, that makes more sense. Or swimming back up, as the case may be. Have fun, zombie. Bye-bye. Yeah, still looking for that persistence lighting glitch. Hopefully I'll find it. Ooh, hey! This guy just dropped some gold pants. That means I actually could wear some pants. Which is something everybody's happy about. They are not particularly durable. I think I might have some other gold pants at home, actually. I can't remember. I'm tempted to... Ooh, hello. Hold on to them and see if I could do some repairing. So try to make them better. I think I'm going to do that for the moment. Aha! It took me forever. But here we are at the lighting glitch. So I can knock out these torches. And it's still nice and bright down here. You can notice it gets kind of dark over here, but it's bright down here. Okay, so let's talk about the lighting glitch. I had a couple of people comment about this. One person said that they thought that these persistent lighting glitches were formed during world terrain generation when some water meets a lava pool, and I guess the world thinks there's still lava here when in fact it's been obsidianized. And that definitely seems plausible here. I think someone asked if I had knocked out some flowing water that went into there, and yes, the fact that I have a torch right there, I remember actually putting a torch on some water over here, and so I think water was flowing down into here, and it would have taken a while, and so when the terrain generator originally started running, there's probably lava over here lighting things up, and then a few ticks later, after the lava, or after the water had time to spread, it went down here, but then as a result, we ended up with some blocks that presumably are now obsidian blocks, perhaps, but think that they're giving off light level 15, just like lava. And so I'm going to bring up F3 again. If you look over here, it says light 13 right here where my mouse cursor is. And so let's take a look. There's a 14 here and a 13 here. So this one right here, it seems to think is giving off light, as well as this one right here, is my understanding. And so the next thing we're going to try is we're going to see if an adjacent light update causes that to change. And so that says light 14. If I put a torch there and then break the torch, yes, now it went down to light level 11. And so updating an adjacent block, I believe, caused this to update. And so it would be, oh, wow. And now this one just updated on its own just by me walking on it or something. So that one's a little bit... I'd walked on this block a lot before, and so I'm unsure why the second one kind of went away. Rats. I was hoping to do some more science on the second one, since there were multiple blocks in this area that were giving off this persistent lighting glitch, but sadly after I fixed one of them, the other managed to fix itself. Yeah, it seems to be gone forever now. Yes, if I encounter more of those, we will definitely try to do some more science with persistent lighting glitches, and if you have other comments or have seen any of these in your own world, by all means tell me about them. But basically, yes, I think what we've learned is it does seem likely that they're formed when water takes a while to reach lava when it's away from the player, but during the terrain generation. And it seems like an adjacent block update to the block that thinks that it has lighting will actually fix the lighting glitch. All right, I wish we could have done even more with that. Well, that caving expedition was useful not only because we got a chance to do some more science, but also because I got a whole lot of iron, as well as a little bit more gold, as a result of kind of clearing out what was in those caves. And all of this iron is going to be useful not only for being able to eventually build a beacon at the end of the series, but also to build rails to help get the On a Rail achievement, since I still have not managed to find a single abandoned mineshaft in this world. And as a result, I haven't been able to harvest any rails from there, and so it seems like we're going to have to build a whole lot of rails on our own. In any case, I think this might end up being a little bit of a shorter episode today, and so my apologies if it turns out that way. I haven't done the editing for sure, so I don't know quite yet. Oh, right, I need to replace, now that I have jungle wood, I can finally build the roof on this house that I wanted to build. I have to save that for next episode as well. In any case, I'm starting to do some work on Minecraft Bingo again. I want to do another update to fix some bugs, and possibly add a new feature. And basically that takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of time. And so it might be the case that SPACEBARR'D, rather than being every other day, goes down to being like every 3 days or so while I'm working on bingo. So we'll see what I manage to have time to do. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Minecraft exploration and tactics. SPACEBARR'D. Bye-bye.